What happens if the power goes out tonight? You probably won't panic. Matter of fact, you probably won't do anything. But you will wait for someone else to fix it. And here's the truth. That's the most dangerous mindset of all. Because when the grid doesn't bounce back really quick, your comfort turns to crisis. And I'd be willing to bet most of you don't have a plan. Today, we're talking about what self-reliance really means and why it's not about fear, not about overbuying, and not about chasing worst-case scenarios. It's about building everyday systems, food, water, and energy, that keep your family safe and steady no matter what happens. As most of you know, we grow a lot of our own food. Matter of fact, most of it. We've got chickens for eggs, goats and cows for milk and meat. We have potatoes, tomatoes, squash, you name it. We probably grow it here one way or another. And when the season ends, we don't let it go to waste. We freeze dry, we freeze it, we dehydrate, whatever. We store it any way we can. That way, if the prices spike or if shelves run bare, we're absolutely covered. People say, but isn't that overkill? The stores are always open. Well, that's true until they aren't. We saw during the pandemic, and again this year with the supply chain shortages, self-reliance isn't hoarding, it's insurance that you can eat. What is the most important system on a homestead? Everybody should know this: water. Out here, we've got a community well, but we don't rely on it alone. We've got a spring, we've got rainwater catchment, we've got a couple creeks, and we catch and store it any way we can. That way, if the tap should run dry, we've still got clean water ready to go. But people ask, why bother? Isn't that rare? Well, it only has to happen once. Water is life, and you don't want to gamble with your family's life without it. Here's something a lot of people don't think about is power, heating, and cooling. For a lot of people, when they think heating and cooling, they're exclusively worried about staying warm in the winter. Well, here, that's not a huge problem, but we've heated our home exclusively for 25 years with wood. Now we have solar panels and battery storage that will keep the lights on whether we're having a tornado or an ice storm. But here's the other side of it, staying cool. Tennessee summers, man, they are tough. And air conditioning just isn't about comfort, it's a matter of health, especially for kids and older folks. That's why a year or so ago, we added a high efficiency EG4 mini split system that runs off our solar. So when the grid is stressed and we go through brownouts or they even turn it off, we're still cool and comfortable. And that makes self-reliance a year-round thing, not just something you think about in the winter. But people say, isn't air conditioning too power hungry for solar? Well, not if you plan it right. Our EG4 systems are hybrid, which means they run off of exclusively solar or exclusively off the home current or both. So when the power goes out, we don't miss a lick. And the truth is, whether it's freezing cold or dangerously hot, self-reliance is about protecting your family through any weather extreme that comes up. How are we, in particular, knowledgeable about what it takes to keep you going in an emergency? Well, I'm sure if you've watched the channel at all, you've seen some of my tornado stories. We have tornadoes, flash floods, and flooding here occasionally, more often than I would like. But that's not what started it. What started it was a major ice storm that we had. It was a long time ago. We were very young, in our early 30s. And I got up to go to work one morning and you could hear sound like rain. It was February, but it had been hot the night before. So I didn't give it much thought. And as I got ready to go, Mrs. Possum Ridge Farms asked me to look out the window. So I did. And what I saw was bright lights and then a big boom. And then I saw it again, over here and over here. They were all over the place. Well, I later found out that those were transformers exploding. We were in the middle of a major ice storm. Well, we were like most people of our age group. We didn't have any food in the house. We didn't have any water in the house. We had nothing. And as those booms kept getting closer, one finally went off very close to the house, and the lights went out. Little did we know it would be almost 2 weeks before the power came back on. We didn't have wood-burning stove. We had nothing. So what did we do? We struggled. We struggled with food. We struggled with water. We couldn't get a hold of anyone. And nobody was coming to help. We couldn't even light the house. So, how did we handle it? We cooked off the Coleman stove we had for camping. We had a gas grill, so we did have a little bit. What we had in the freezer went outside. You can imagine how that went with all the wildlife. Water was at a premium. We struggled with everything. I have to categorize this as the greatest failure of my life. Myself, my wife, and my 2 small children at the time were very much in peril, and there wasn't anybody coming to help, and we were totally on our own. So after we got through all that, we decided never again. So what did we do? We bought a bigger place. We started a self-reliant lifestyle. We grow our own food now. We grow all the other things that you already know about. So, I'm not giving you these topics off some list on the internet or from some government website. I'm giving you these topics that will keep you alive when everything goes south from pure experience. Here's a big one: mindset. I don't call myself a prepper. Heck, I don't even like the term. I'm a homesteader. To me, prepping is fear-based, waiting for disaster. Self-reliance / homesteading is living steady every day, knowing you can handle darn near anything that comes up. It's a lifestyle. It's a way of life, not a panic plan. And you probably noticed how every time there's a new headline, something in the economy goes south, the weather's bad, something in the politics, everybody's out there, it's saying it's the end of the world. You'll see 50 videos on YouTube about the end of the world is tomorrow. That's the prepper mindset, living in constant reaction. But most of those predictions never ever pan out. Meanwhile, real life keeps throwing at us smaller curveballs every day. Storms, power outages, supply shortages, whatever. It's always something. That's what a self-reliance is all about. Not reacting to every headline, but building steady systems your family can count on in an emergency. And here's the thing. Self-reliance isn't just for people with land or livestock. If you're in the city or a suburb, you can still take steps. A small pantry with a little extra food, a water filter, even a backup way to cook without power all adds resilience. Look, it doesn't matter if you live on a farm in Tennessee or in a downtown apartment. Self-reliance is about being ready to handle the unexpected wherever you are. And it doesn't have to be a major storm to throw people off. Food, water, energy, and mindset. That's the foundation. And the truth is, self-reliance isn't about living scared. It's about living steady, living your life every day, knowing you're covered should the unexpected ever happen. It doesn't just take a hurricane or a blackout to prove a point. When the cell phone networks went down a year or 2 ago, life came to a halt for a lot of people. But if you built systems for resilience, those moments barely rattle you, and, well, like most of us, we didn't even skip a beat. But that's what self-reliance really means. It's peace of mind every day. If you want more practical ways to prepare without the paranoia, stick around, subscribe, and drop a comment. And we'll keep showing you what real life homesteading looks like here at Possum Ridge Farms. Until next time, I'll see you down at the barn.